And we live. Hey. We live answering some questions. Let's get it. Yo. What's going on? We got Gaskin or J-Rob? I'm gonna go with James Robinson this week. James Robinson with no Tua. Give me James Robinson. Good morning, everyone. How you doing, J4? What's going on, brother? Would you take Edmonds for T. Higgins? If I'm getting Edmonds, I would take that trade. I mean, I think it's pretty fair. If you need a running back, certainly. Amari or Justin Jefferson. For me, Justin Jefferson. Tyson Williams or Henderson. It's doubtful that Henderson plays, so I would go Tyson Williams. They said he's doubtful. Well, I forget what the actual report is. He's not likely to play or something. So I would go. Personally, I would go Tyson Williams. Hit that like button. Yeah, hit that like button. We got Sutton or Woods for me. Portland Sutton, baby. Good morning. What's up, Josh? Flex PPR or Debo full point PPR? I'm still gonna go with Gibson here. Still gonna go with Gibson. It is close between him and Ayuk, though. It is close. Alexander Madison or Chase Edmonds? Ooh, that's interesting. Is it? So if it's PPR, I'm probably gonna go with Chase Edmonds still, but it's close between him and Madison. Swift or Pollard at flex? I'm still gonna go with Swift. Is Dalvin Cook playing today? I don't think Dalvin Cook is gonna. Has he officially been ruled out, or they say he's like unlikely to play? Unlikely to, yeah, they say he's unlikely to play. So he hasn't officially been ruled out, but doesn't look good so far. I'm going to ask this question to make sure everything hasn't changed. Pick two, Chase, Odell, Shepard, or Chark. So with T. Higgins officially out, I don't think, is T. Higgins officially out, or is he like also unlikely to play as well? I think T. Higgins like is unlikely to play. Not expected to play. Okay, so me personally, with T. Higgins out, I'm going to go with Chase, and I'm going to go with Odell. It is close between Odell and Shepard, though. Madison play 0.5 PPR. Would you flex him over James White and Mike Davis? I would. If Dalvin Cook's officially out, I would flex him over those guys, yes. Tyson Williams or James Robinson, full point PPR. I'm going to go with Tyson Williams this week. Thielen or Shepard? I still like Thielen. Mike Davis or Singletary standard? I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Singletary, honestly. Singletary's been looking pretty good. Hunt or Harris, PPR. Hunt or Harris. I'm gonna go with Hunt. And how's it going, people? We got week 3 about to, well, I guess it already technically did start. But we got week 3 here. Gonna be a great week of football. I'm excited. Look at that ball break. Oh my gosh, what a break. Yeah, I saw DeAndre Hopkins likely to play, which I figured he would. He's a guy that always kind of like plays through stuff. He never really misses time. CEH Fomo cost me in matchup last week. Him, Pittman, Tyson, or Sermon. It's close. So I would personally go with Trey Sermon or Tyson Williams, personally. It's close between those two. So I don't think Elijah Mitchell has been officially ruled out either. Let me see. I don't think he's officially ruled out. So as long as I don't think he's going to play, so I'm going to go with, honestly, I'm going to go with Trey Sermon. Keenan Allen, DeAndre Hopkins, or Chris Carson for flex. For me, DK Metcalf. Thomas or Cook at tight end. I'm going to go with Logan Thomas. Madison, if Cook doesn't play, it's a 4 o'clock game. I have Tyson right now, but this game is at 1, so I might not hear the news by then. Also have Trey Sermon, but iffy about him at 8. So, okay. So what I would do, I don't think Trey Sermon. So with Tracer, like I would probably wait to just make sure Cook's out. And I wouldn't play Tyson because I do think it's close between him and Trey Sermon. Especially because Trey Sermon's like literally the only guy left in this offense right now at the running back position. So I'm okay playing Trey Sermon this week. I know that they just signed that Patrick dude, but his workout metrics are absolutely awful. So I don't think he's going to be a factor. I think it's going to be just Trey Sermon. Given that Cook is unlikely, I'm going Damien Harris over Nyheim Hines and Ronald Jones. In full point PPR, honestly, I think Damien Harris has a really tough matchup. In full point PPR, I might honestly lean Hines. I really don't like Damien Harris this week. The New Orleans Saints rush defense is no joke. Mike Davis or James White in half point PPR in case Madison. Okay, so I would personally go with Mike Davis. Should I accept this trade? AJ Brown or Amari Cooper, or for Amari Cooper? I get Brown. Yeah, I would do that. Carr or Herbert? For me, I'm going Herbie. It's close, though, between the two. Sutton or Swift at flex? For me, Swift. Sutton or Juju at flex? Sutton. OBJ or Pittman Jr.? For me, OBJ. OBJ, baby. Give me OBJ. Start or bench Godwin. I mean, it depends on who you have, but I think Godwin's fine this week. I like Godwin this week. What a lucky bounce. What a lucky bounce. Do you think Galladay is playing today? Let me double check. I thought I saw something that... I could be wrong, though. That he was on track to play. A game time decision. What time is that game at? Is that at 1? Giants versus Falcons. 1 o'clock. Okay, so we'll know soon. We'll know soon with Kenny Galladay. We'll know soon with those 1 o'clock games. They usually come out like an hour and a half before game time, so we'll know with him. Darius Slayton if Kenny doesn't play, or Corey Davis at flex. Ooh, I would go Darius Slayton. I don't like Corey Davis really a whole lot this week. McLaurin or Amari Cooper or Calvin Ridley? Calvin Ridley for me. I'm in a 14-team PPR. I have $133 left. I want to know if Chuba Hubbard for 31 is worth it. For 31, so personally, I mean, is he worth the $31? Absolutely, because Chuba Hubbard, we saw he was the guy in this backfield, so he's certainly worth it. And honestly, I would probably spend a little bit more to lock him down. I know that you're going to be playing with a little bit less fab, but as the season progresses, less and less guys are available on the waiver wire just due to like all the injuries. So I would honestly probably spend like 40 for him this week, because you're gonna get him for at least, I think, like 4 weeks, at least 4 weeks, and he was like the guy in that offense. So I think he's like absolutely a must-have this week. McLaurin or Cooper. I gotta double check that. Those are two guys that are really, really close. Let me check my rankings right quick. Let me get that pulled up. I think I want to say Amari Cooper. Yeah, I have Amari Cooper 1 spot higher than Terry McLaurin. At 14 is Amari Cooper this week. So Amari Cooper. Good morning, Colin. How you doing? Tyson Williams or Mike Davis? Tyson Williams for me. And if you're over on TikTok and I haven't answered your question, over on YouTube, you can just click my profile, link tree, and then at the top will be my YouTube channel. You can come over here. It's not as busy, and I'll be able to answer your questions. Gronk or Mark Andrews? I'm still going Gronk. How about them Steelers last week? Yeah, the Steelers, they looked really good. They're going to look really good today. Psych, they're probably going to lose. Oh, my gosh. What a trash drive. Tyson Williams or Mike Davis? Tyson Williams. Madison or Clyde Edwards-Helaire? As long as Dalvin doesn't go today, I like Clyde. Or I'll take Madison over CEH. Start 3. We got full point PPR. We got Woods, Cooper, Kupp, Allen Robinson, or Terry. Okay, so I would go Cooper, Kupp, Allen Robinson. The one that I would sit is Robert Woods. Start Trey Sermon, Mike Davis, Edmonds, or Trey Sermon. So out of all of them, that's in PPR. Out of all of them, I do have Trey Sermon now. Well, I have Trey Sermon ranked the highest. It's close between him and Edmonds. But I like Trey Sermon because I don't think Elijah Mitchell plays today. I don't think Elijah Mitchell plays. Davis or Dalvin is... Oh, so Dalvin's officially out now? They ruled Dalvin out? I need to get on Twitter. I need to pull up Twitter here. Because I need to look at these things. Is questionable while he hopes to play. It's not sure. So, who ruled him out? Adam Scheffler ruled him out? I know Henderson's not expected to play. All right, back to answer some questions here. So we have some coming. I got to answer these questions. Let's get it. Gaskins or Madison at PPR? I would go Madison. Damien Harris or Pittman? I would go Pittman in full point PPR. I would go Pittman. Should I start? Who should I start in flex? We got Fournette, Juju, Galladay, or Rondell Moore. If Galladay plays, I would go Galladay. Otherwise, out of those guys, I would go Juju. With Deontay Johnson being out. Gibson or Madison? Me personally, I'm still gonna go with Gibson here. Start 2, OBJ, Galladay, or Pittman. OBJ for me and Pittman. Hey, good morning. What's up, Henry? Good morning. We got full point PPR. We got Sermon, Myers, or Rager. I would go Sermon. OBJ, Kenny Galladay, full point PPR. For me, OBJ. Good morning. Adam Thielen or DeAndre Swift in half point PPR. I would start, as long as DeAndre Hopkins plays, I would play him, and then DeAndre Swift. Jamar Chase or Mike Williams. For me, this week I'm going Mike Williams. It's close, though, with him and Jamar Chase. Gaskin or Madison. Madison, Sony Michel, or Cordell Patterson. Sony Michel, I would go. Claypool or Pittman. I have Claypool ranked higher. Let me pull this over here, so I'm not like looking over my shoulder here. Where was I at? Should I play Hopkins? Yes, I would play Hopkins as long as he plays. Edwards or Julio Jones? For me, Julio Jones this week. Start 1, Sermon, Mike Davis, Edmonds, Madison, Gibson, full point PPR. I would go Gibson over all of them. Shepard, Chase, or Godwin. For me, Godwin. OBJ or Kenny Galladay? OBJ. I need to start 2. Please help me rank these players for a PPR format. We have Shenault, Osborne, Latavius Murray, Tim Patrick. All right, so for PPR, how I would rank those guys would go Tim Patrick. Let me pull this up. I need to look real quick. So I have Tim Patrick ranked the highest. I believe I would go, I have, what's his face? Latavius Murray the highest. So it would go Latavius Murray, Tim Patrick, Osborne, Shenault for Cali. Let's see. Lamar or Josh Allen? For me, Lamar. In your opinion, would you start Rams defense versus the Bucks today or Titans? I would play the Rams defense today personally over the Titans. Claypool, Pittman, Madison at flex. I would go Madison over all of them. You think Ridley is going to play well? Yeah, I think he's going to be fine this week. Mark Andrews or Noah Fant? Mark Andrews for me. CEH or Darrell Henderson? Well, I don't think Darrell Henderson's going to play today, so I would go CEH. OBJ, Jamar Chase, or Jefferson? I would go Jefferson. Shepard or Sermon? Sermon for me. Daniel Jones or Herbert? I have Herbert one spot higher than Daniel Jones, so I would go Herbert, but it is really close. The Chargers tight end or Packers tight end? So Cook or Tunyon? I would go Cook, honestly. Gibson or Swift? For me, Swift. Swifty boy. And if you haven't already, do me a big favor. Smash that like button. And also, consider subscribing to the channel and follow. Kittle or Hawkinson? For me, I would go Hawkinson this week, honestly. DK or Lockett? I still have DK one spot higher than Lockett this week. Is CEH a solid flex? I don't really think so. Personally, I don't think he's a solid flex. Gibson or Swift? Swift for me. Start 1, Montgomery or Gibson. Actually, who do I have higher? I think Gibson is one spot higher than Montgomery. Let me double check. Yeah, Gibson is one spot higher in my rankings than Montgomery. So it's really close between those two. Juju or Williams? Williams for me. Is Hollywood Brown playing? I don't know. Is he? I haven't seen anything on Hollywood. I think he's playing though. Let me double check. Where is Hollywood Brown? Yeah, he had a limited practice on Friday, so I think he's gonna play. I think he should play. He didn't practice on Thursday, but then had a limited practice on Friday, and I think he should be good to go. Where was I at? Mooney or Hamler? Mooney for me. CH or Mike Davis? I would still go CH. I have Madison or Tyson Williams. Well, that's gonna be tough because isn't that game at 1 o'clock? I need to pull up all the games. I need to pull up all the games. See what time. When is the Detroit game? Is it at 1? Yeah, so that's at 1, and then the Vikings won. So it seems unlikely that Dalvin Cook plays, okay? But he could certainly still play. I don't think he's officially been ruled out, unless it's just happened recently. I don't think Dalvin Cook has officially been ruled out. So I would personally go Tyson Williams, though. Devontae Smith or Damien Harris, Devontae Smith, Gibson or Sutton. For me, honestly, I would go Sutton this week. Fields or Tannehill, Fields. Gaskin, Mooney, Michelle at flex, full point PPR. Michelle, I would go Sony Michelle. Thanks, man, no problem. Mike Williams, Julio, A-Rob, pick 2. I would go with A-Rob and Mike Williams. Is Shepard or is Will Fuller worth a grab off waivers, or should I drop him? Yeah, I would drop Robbie Anderson for him. Yeah. Bucks defense or 49ers defense? Oh gosh, that's brutal. I'm gonna go with the Bucks defense, I guess. That's brutal. Those are two tough matchups. Start 1 PPR, Montgomery or Gibson. I have Gibson 1 spot higher. Ronald Moore or Melvin Gordon. I would go. Honestly, I think I would go. Well, let me double check. Where's Ronald Moore at? Ronald Moore right there, and then where do I have Melvin Gordon? I would go Melvin Gordon. Tyson or Sermon? This one's really close too. I'm gonna lean Sermon just because he's the only back left. Rondell Moore or James White for flex. I'm gonna go with Rondell Moore for that one. Javonte Williams, Kareem Hunt or Jamal Williams. Javonte Williams. Rondell Moore, OBJ, Tyson Williams, Rondell Moore, and Mike Davis, Tyson Williams for me. Najee or Gaskin, Najee or Patterson. I would still go Najee over all of them. Gaskin, Mooney, Michelle at full point PPR. I would go Michelle. Sony Michelle or Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I would go Sony Michelle. I don't think Henderson's going to play today. So Sony Michelle should see like all the work there. Cordell Patterson, Kenneth Gainwell, Michael Carter. Honestly, I'm going with Michael Carter this week. I'm going to go with Michael Carter because you don't have Tevin Coleman there. So I think he's going to be a solid play this week. Pittman or Jamar Chase? Jamar Chase for me. Cordell, is Hooper going to get points against Bucks, or should I bench him this week? Looper. Who's that? Who's that? Start 1. Cordell Patterson. Oh, I got that one. Pick 2. Non-PPR. OBJ, Mike Davis, Sermon. I would go OBJ and Sermon. Gaskin, Pittman, or Galladay. I would go Pittman over those options. Jamal Williams or Madison standard. What time is that game? I don't think... Okay, here's the thing. No, that game's at 4. Okay, so you'll know if Madison's going to play. If Madison goes, I'm going to... Well, if you have Dalvin Cook officially ruled out, I would go Madison. But if Dalvin Cook's going to play, I'm going to lean the other way and go Javonte Williams. Idiotic to consider Brisket over Wentz considering the injury. I want to say idiotic, no. I would lean Carson Wentz. I wouldn't say it's idiotic, though. Just because, hey, Carson Wentz tweaks that ankle, he could certainly be out again. He could get knocked out of the game, certainly. I don't think that's idiotic, no. Thinking about picking up Josh Gordon. I think he picked up by Saints or next week and will be playing by week 6. I predict if he does nothing stupid, he should be a sleeper. I mean, me personally, I want to pick up Josh Gordon. I don't like. He's been a guy. He's been nothing like of a hype guy because of one season. That was like what, like 8 years ago. I mean, me personally, I think we live on fantasy players' hypes, on hype, and me personally, I don't have any interest in Josh Gordon. That's just my take. That's my take there. Najee or Zeke? Zeke. Shepard over Jamar Chase this week, full point PPR. I personally would go Jamar Chase with T. Higgins looking like he's going to be out. As long as T. Higgins is officially ruled out, I would go Jamar Chase. But it's really close. If you want to go Shepard, go Shepard. I think he's a great play this week as well. Sony Michel or Clyde Edwards. Sony Michel, I don't think Henderson's going to play this week. Hey, Tyler, what's the over-under for your golf drive? My golf drive is probably like, well, in real life or in the game, okay? In real life, it's so solid, like 200 yards. I don't know. We're not very good. Cortland Sutton or T. Higgins? Cortland Sutton. Godwin or Cooper Kupp? Cooper Kupp, I'm sorry. Carson, Madison, start 1 PPR. I'm still going to go Carson. Darnell Mooney or Callaway? Darnell Mooney. Singletary or Melvin Gordon? For me, let me see. That's probably really close. Where do I have? Where is Singletary? Yeah, I have Melvin Gordon just a couple spots ahead of Singletary. So I would go Melvin Gordon. Thanks, man. No problem. We got Marvin Jones, Tyler Boyd, or Kenyon Drake. For me, I would go over all of it. Is Josh Jacobs not playing? Has he officially been ruled out? Is Josh Jacobs officially out? He's doubtful still. What time is that game? That's at 4. Honestly, I would probably go. What were the options again? Marvin Jones, Tyler Boyd, or Kenyon Drake. So I do like Kenyon Drake as long as Josh Jacobs out. I don't think he plays this week. But I do like Marvin Jones this week as well. So, but that game's at 1 o'clock, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that game's at 1. So you have a tough decision on your hands because I would lean Kenyon Drake, but if Josh Jacobs plays, I really don't like Kenyon Drake that much. Let's see. Marquise Brown, Thielen, or McLaurin this week. For this week, I would go over all of them. I would go McLaurin is who I have ranked higher. Lamar or Kyler? Kyler. I meant Cooper against the Bucks tee. Oh, okay. So what was it again? Cooper. Oh, yeah. Wait, but he doesn't... Oh, Cooper Kupp? Yeah. I fire up Cooper Kupp, absolutely. Pick one, Madison or Debo. If Dalvin's no-go, what is that, half-point PPR? I do think this is a tough matchup. Like, I know that what's-his-face just went off against Seattle, but he also had 41 touches. Like, Alexander Madison's not going to get 41 touches. So, me personally, it's close because they're going to be right next to each other, honestly. Like, I'm going to put Alexander Madison right around, where's my running back ranking? If Dalvin Cook officially can't go, he's going to be RB20 for me. He's going to be RB20, and then you have Debo. They're right next to each other. So I do have Debo one spot. Debo would be one spot higher than Madison. So I would go personally Debo. 95% sure Dalvin is starting. Is Dalvin starting? He's going to play. So, yeah, I mean, that's why, like, well, that you at least have the chance, because that's a 4 o'clock game. So you'll have the opportunity to, like, if Dalvin's playing, then you can just swap out Madison and put Debo in. I would personally still go Debo, though. Gronk or George? Oh, okay. Gronk. Personally, I would go Gronk. I've been railed by injuries. 2 out of Fournette, Gabriel Davis, James Washington, and Pascal. That is rough. Honestly, I would go Fournette and James Washington. James Washington should play a lot today. Woods or Cooper Kupp in the flex? Cooper Kupp still. Who should I start at my flex? Allen Robinson, Ronald Moore, Trey Sermon. Allen Robinson over all of them. Cooper Kupp, Terry McLaurin, Cooper Kupp, Jacobs out. He's officially out. Okay. So in that one, I would go Kenyon Drake then. I would go Kenyon Drake. That was the Kenyon Drake, Marvin Jones. So I would go Kenyon Drake with Jacobs officially out. Pick one, Madison or Debo Samuel. Oh yeah, I got that one. I would go Debo personally. I would go Debo still. Miles Sanders, CEH, Kenyon Drake, PPR. For me, I would go Miles Sanders there. Madison or Sutton. Sutton for me. Javonte Williams, Nyheim Hines, Henry Ruggs, and Trey Sermon. Javonte Williams, Nyheim Hines, Trey Sermon out of all of them. Jamar Chase or Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper for me. Gronk or George Kittle. I would go Gronk. 0.5 PPR, Madison or Damien Harris. I would go Madison there. Well, you don't have the luxury. What time is that game? Probably 1. Yeah, that game's at 1, 2. Boy. Oh, boy. Dalvin didn't practice, but Simmer said he wants to ride Cook more for a win and play the rest of the Cards game, so I'm pretty sure he's starting. So I would personally, I would. That's really tough with the Josh Jacobs. I really don't, or not with Josh Jacobs, with Damien Harris. I really don't like Damien Harris at all this week. So we're gonna have to just. That's really tough, to be honest with you. I probably would lead Madison, but it's really close with Damien Harris, because if I still think Madison will be involved in this offense if Cook plays. Swift or Carson? For me, Swift. KJ Osborne or Claypool? Claypool. Melvin Gordon or James Robinson? I believe I have James Robinson ranked higher. Yes, I would go James Robinson over Melvin Gordon. Where's I at? Pollard, Pascal, or Waddle at wide receiver? Pollard. At flex. Oh, I'm sorry. At flex. Out of all of them, I would go Pollard. Standard, Woods or Swift? For me, Swift. Madison or Damien Harris? Dalvin is very limited. In that case, I would still go Madison, just because I do think he's going to be involved if Dalvin Cook plays. I really don't like Damien Harris this week. I don't like it at all. And watch, he's probably going to really go out. If Wentz is out, does that really hurt Pittman against Tennessee? I don't think so. Not as much. I don't think Eason, I think Eason's going to really rely on Pittman, to be honest with you, if he plays. Jamar Chase or Amari Cooper? Amari Cooper. Do I stack Zeke and Pollard, or do I throw James? No, I would play James Robinson over Tony Pollard personally. Daniel Jones or Tannehill for me. Those two are really close. Let me double check my rankings. Who do I have higher? Let me check. Who is it? Tannehill or Danny? Yeah, they're right next to each other. I would go Daniel Jones, honestly, but it's really close. I have them right next to each other. CEH, no. What was that one? No, I didn't get that one. Melvin Gordon or Robinson? Robinson. CD or Amari Cooper or McLaurin? CeeDee Lamb over all of them. Madison or Jamal Williams? Oh, boy. What time is that game at? Is that game at 4 or is that game at 1? The Ravens game? It's at 1, 2. Oh, my gosh. I would probably lean... That's really tough, too. Jeez. This is going to be the hardest question of the day. What to do with Madison. It's going to be the hardest question of the day. Because you're not going to have the luxury of, with some of these, to know if Madison's going to actually, So, we have a Skull Gaming. We have a big, I'm assuming, a Minnesota fan. So, he's saying that Dalvin Cook's going to go. Which, if that's the case, I mean, I still think Madison's going to be involved in this offense. This is really tough, to be honest with you. With that one, who is it again? Jamal Williams. I probably honestly lean Jamal Williams, though. Love your content, man. So glad football is back. Absolutely, love that football is back. Gaskin or Fournette? For me, I'm gonna go with Gaskin. CH or Tyson Williams? Tyson Williams. Flex, Swift or Cooks? Swift. Is Madison starting? I don't think so. I think Dalvin Cook's gonna give it a go. Our insider here, our Skull Gaming, he thinks that Dalvin Cook's going to give it a go. He's not officially out. I'm trying to look here. Okay, well they did sign. So they did sign Amir Abdullah to the active practice squad. So that, or to the active roster. So that's like, to me, a little iffy for Dalvin's chances. Best rookie right now. Like at all positions, or like a certain position. Trey Sermon or Tyson for me, or Trey Sermon. At flex, who is my flex this week between James Robinson? I know I missed some here. Just re-ask him if I missed them. Michael Ryan, yo, what's up? We got at full point PPR injured. Hopkins or Juju with Deontay out. Me personally, I'm firing up Hopkins this week, regardless of him being out. And appreciate you being a fan and part of the community. We have Michael Ryan. He signed up to be in the community. If you don't know quite what that is, there's a little join tab that you should see over on YouTube right now. You could click join and that will get you into our community where you have priority basically over everybody else. So appreciate you, Michael Ryan, for being a part of the team. Yes, all positions. Well, I mean, who do I think is the best rookie so far? That's tough. Out of all the rookies, I mean, it's only after 2 weeks. Let me see here. Hold on, let me answer a couple more questions, and I'll get back to this one. While I also look this up at the same time for you. Who I personally think. So let me see. We got start Gibson or Marvin Jones in full point PPR. I'm starting Gibson still. I'm still going Gibson here. And if you haven't already, make sure that you go ahead and re-ask your questions. Dak or Daniel Jones? Dak. Melvin or Madison is still going to get touches, but I think Dalvin will start. Yeah, I still think that Madison will be involved for sure. I think that he'll still be involved, certainly. But if Dalvin Cook does play, that definitely lowers his outlook a little bit. So if Dalvin Cook doesn't play, do I start Melvin Gordon? Like, I would start Madison over Melvin Gordon, yeah. Dalvin Cook or Chris Carson? What time? Well, no, you'll be able to know that game because they play each other, right? That's going to be tough. I would... Okay. This is going to be really tough with Dalvin Cook. If Dalvin Cook plays today, I'm still going to play him. All right, I would still play him over Chris Carson, but at least we'll know what his outlook looks because those two teams play each other. No, they don't. Minnesota. Who does Minnesota play? Do they play each other? Now I'm all confused here. Yeah, they play. Or no, the Seahawks and Vikings play. When does Dalvin play? Oh yeah, they play each other. What am I talking about? Duh. Yeah, so we'll know with those two. We'll know with what's going on with Dalvin Cook fully, but I would probably still go Dalvin if he plays. Ronald Moore, best rookie so far. I would say possibly. Like, here's the thing with Ronald Moore. Like, he definitely looks good, but he also, last week had that wide open broken coverage play. I know that, like, he still had it, but it was a 77-yard touchdown against, like, nobody was around him. It was an absolute broken coverage. But he has looked good. Najee or Madison? For me, Madison. A-Rob or Hollywood? Allen Robinson. Juju. Let me see here. Let's see. Jamar Chase, Henderson, or Mike Williams. For me, Jamar Chase out of all of them. And if I didn't get to your question, just go ahead and ask it. Go ahead and ask it again because there's a lot of questions in chat right now. Please do not spam chat. No. My guy, don't spam chat, please. Choose three. We got Hopkins. We got Hopkins, Claypool, Woods, Mike Evans. Choose three. I'm going Hopkins, Claypool, and Woods this week. Yeah, Yeah, just like ask your question. You don't need to spam it. I'll get to your question. And if you keep spamming, I'm just gonna have to time you out. And I don't want to have to time you out. Okay, not on TikTok, over on YouTube. But like I don't want to have to time you out. But like you don't need to spam your questions. I'll get to your question. Gibson or Mike Williams? Gibson. Alexander Madison or Gaskin? I would still go Gaskin here. I would go Gaskin. Pick my flex RB2. We got our flex and RB2. Okay, so that's Pollard, Pascal, or Waddle. So I would go Pollard and Damien Harris there. Sutton, Jamar Chase, or Hollywood Brown. Out of all those, I would go Sutton from Mike. Cooper, Sutton, Juju, full point PPR, pick 2. I would go, so that's actually pretty close between Cooper and Sutton. That's really close. So I have Sutton. I have Amari Cooper. I have Amari Cooper higher, so I would go with Amari Cooper. But I do love Sutton this week. Pollard or Gibson? Gibson for me. Sutton, Cortland Sutton, Jamar Chase, or Hollywood. I would go over all those guys. Sutton. Sutton's the top one. Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts? I actually have Jalen Hurts ranked higher, so I would go Jalen Hurts this week. Montgomery or Sermon? Montgomery. Ronald Moore, Peyton Barber, Trey Sermon. Zeke or Robert Woods? Zeke for me. Singletary or Drake? Drake. Kirk or Ruggs? Kirk or I would go Kirk. Pick one. We got Tyson Williams, Cordell Patterson, or Mike Davis. Tyson Williams for me. Sterling Shepard, Rondell Moore, Diggs, Cooper Kupp. Pick 3 out of all of them. The guy that would be sitting is Rondell Moore. Out of all of them. Juju, Boyd, Hollywood for flex. Hollywood. I would go Hollywood. D-Hop is playing through his rib injury. Do I still start him? Yes. As long as D-Hop is playing, I'm still starting him. Higbee or Jared Cook? For me, Higbee. Can you give an explanation on Gaskin over Madison? So I think Dalvin Cook's going to play. What time is this game at? The Miami game. Okay, so you're going to have time. So you'll know before the Miami game if Dalvin Cook doesn't play. If Dalvin Cook does not play, then I'm going to play Madison. But if you do have Dalvin Cook playing, I still think he's going to be involved in this offense. So I would personally go out of that one. I would go Gaskin just because I don't think Madison's like going to see all the work there. And I think Gaskin, this team should be down a little bit, and Gaskin will see some receiving work. So in like a PPR, I would still want Gaskin personally. Gibson, Swift, or Sutton? Swift. Can I have an autograph? Absolutely. Which I need to probably end the stream here shortly and get the other stream going. But I don't know if Kyle... Hey, Ryan, can you call Kyle for me? Rye guy, can you call Kyle and see if he's up, please? If you're still in the chat. Hawkinson or Pitts? For me, Hawkinson. Swift, Drake, or Boyd with Higgins out? Swift. Mike Davis, Cordell Patterson, or Sony Michel? Sony Michel. Sterling Shepard or Devontae Smith? For me, Sterling Shepard. I got IR receivers. I have no one. Yeah, it's a little rough if you have some of these guys. Alex Agressi. Oh, I saw that. Pascal or Emmanuel Sanders? Emmanuel Sanders for me. Full point PPR, my wide receiver 2, Devontae Smith, Galladay, Shepard. I would go Sterling Shepard out of all of them. Lex. Young Vision, TJ Hawkinson, Marvin Jones, DJ Chark, or Shepard. Need one for flex. Honestly, TJ Hawkinson out of all of them. Swift. Thanks, Ryan. Swift, Drake, or Boyd with Higgins out. Swift over all of them. Who should I start? My flex, Chase Claypool or Miles Sanders? Miles Sanders for me. Bench Robbie for Ronald Moore. Well, Robbie already played, but I mean, I wouldn't be playing Robbie Anderson. I don't even think he should be rostered in like your 10-team, 12-team leagues, honestly. Is Swift going to play? Yeah, Swift should play. I got TJ Hawkinson around 9 in a 700. Yeah, whoa, that's awesome. If you got him around 9, TJ Hawkinson, that's beautiful. Gibson or Gaskin? Gibson. And yeah, my let me see here. Let's see. Gaskin or Cordell Patterson? Gaskin. Bench 1. Sanders, Harris, Pollard. Personally, I would bench. I would honestly bench Sanders personally, and I still have the golf pulled up, but I haven't haven't done any golf. Let's see here. Gotta look this up real quick. All right, so let's see. What's the next question here? Trade Ronald Moore and Sony for Cooks. Yeah, I would do that. I'm stuck with Gibson. He's at 1 p.m. Cook at 4 p.m. And Sermon. What do I do? So, okay, so what I would do is definitely Gibson is in the starting lineup. And then between Cook and Sermon, you'll at least know with Cook if he's going to play. And if he plays, I'm still going to play him over Trey Sermon. I have Judy and Curtis Samuel on my IR. Do I keep both or drop one? I would personally just drop Curtis Samuel. Like if there's somebody that you need to pick up, or like maybe somebody that already got hurt and you need to place them on the IR spot, I would drop Curtis Samuel. Ronald Moore, Tyson Williams, Allen Robinson, Devontae Smith for flex. Me personally, out of all of them, Allen Robinson. Marvin Jones or Sterling Shepard. Marvin Jones or Sterling Shepard, sorry. A-Rob, Woods, or Debo. Debo and A-Rob. Still starting Terry even with a bad matchup? Yeah, I'm still firing him up. Trading Pittman. I mean, last week was considered a bad matchup for Terry, and he still, played really well. So I'm still firing him up. Still playing him regardless. And if you haven't already, make sure you do me a big favor. Please smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're on YouTube. If you're over on TikTok, over on YouTube, come to YouTube. All you got to do is click my profile, and you'll be taken to my link tree. You'll see my link tree. Just click the link tree, and it'll take you over to the YouTube channel. Sit, start Hollywood or James Robinson. Personally, I would go Hollywood right now. Pick 2. We got Cordell Patterson, Zeke, Pollard, Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon and Zeke. Thanks. You're welcome. Terry or AJ? AJ. Actually, let me double check. I'm pretty sure AJ Brown. Yeah, AJ Brown. Trading Pittman and Myers for Jefferson. Thoughts? I love that trade if I'm getting Jefferson. I've got Aaron Jones starting, Cook, Gibson. Oh, okay. I would go Gibson over all of them. Oh, well, with Cook, that is challenging. I think that I wouldn't. Well, no, I wouldn't start Gibson then, because you'll know with Dalvin Cook, and then you can put in Sermon, who really, for me, Trey Sermon's not that far behind Antonio Gibson this week. Gibson does have a tough matchup, so personally, I would go with Aaron Jones and Dalvin Cook, and then if Dalvin Cook is ruled out, just put in Trey Sermon. I think Trey Sermon's like nearly just as good as Antonio Gibson this week. He's going to be literally the only guy there. Is Brandon Cooks actually legit, or will he fall off? No, he's legit. He was a guy that was completely underpriced coming into the season. He's been a guy that's produced literally every single year in his career, and he's the only guy in Houston right now. So he's legit. Should I sit DeAndre Hopkins? He has rib injury. Have Godwin on the bench? No, I would still keep D-Hop in. Yeah, just worried about Heineke getting killed by that pass rush. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see Heineke this week against the Buffalo defense. The Buffalo defense has looked better compared to last season, so it's gonna be a good matchup this weekend between those two. And it's also gonna be interesting to see Josh Allen. Does Josh Allen look like, because he's right now been playing like year 1 and 2 Josh Allen, or does he look like year 3 Josh Allen today? It's gonna be an interesting game. Need a flex. Chase Edmonds, Marvin Jones, or Antonio Gibson. Out of all of them, Antonio Gibson for me. CD, Justin Jefferson, Mike Williams. Pick 2, Justin Jefferson, CD Lamb. Tyson Williams or Antonio Gibson. Antonio Gibson, Sermon, Madison, Rondell Moore, Claypool. I would go out of all of them, Trey Sermon. Full point PPR, Madison or Swift? Swift. And full point PPR, Swift every single week. Sermon, OBJ, flex, half point PPR. Trey Sermon for me, actually. Would you trade Zeke, Elliott for Austin Eckler, full point PPR? No, I would keep Zeke, personally. I would keep Zeke still. I guess in full point PPR, that is pretty close. I would probably do that for full point PPR, yeah. Austin Eckler. In full, yeah, I would probably do that in full point PPR. I didn't fully think of it full point PPR. But in full point PPR, yeah, I would want Eckler, honestly. Well, at full point PPR, I need a flex start. AJ Brown, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Gaskin, or Pollard. AJ Brown. Should I bench Josh Allen for Tannehill? No, I'm still going to keep Josh Allen. Only worried about Tony Pollard stealing touches. I mean, I'm not really that worried. Like, what's his face? Zeke is still playing on like 80% of the snaps there. So I'm not. I know that Tony Pollard is a little bit involved right now, but he's still only playing on 30% of the snaps. Zeke is still the guy there, 100%. Tony Pollard looked good last week too. Don't get me wrong. Score predictions for Bucks versus Rams. Sure. What's my prediction? I think it's going to be a really close game, but I'm going to say it's going to be 27 to 24. 27 to 24. Actually, yeah, I'm going to say 27. I was going to say 30 to 27 Rams, but I think the Rams win this game. So I'm going to say 27 to 24. Ronald Moore or James White for flex today. Ronald Moore. Start Juju, Shepard, or Hollywood Brown as my flex. Shepard, or no. Actually, let me double check that. It's close between Shepard and Hollywood Brown. Shepard, yeah, literally right next to each other. I have Marquise Brown one spot higher than Marquise Brown. If it's full point PPR, I'd probably go Sterling Shepard, but if it's like half standard, I would probably lean Marquise Brown this week. Start, no, I got that one. Who should I start in the flex? Godwin, Robert Woods, or Chase Edmonds? I have Godwin the highest this week. Is Ronald Jones even worth having on my roster? I would keep him just this week. And then if he doesn't do anything this week and it looks like, you know, definitely Leonard Fournette is still the guy, then he can be dropped after that. What are your locks against the spread, over and unders? To be honest with you, I haven't spent a whole lot of time with spreads this week. We'll actually be doing a live show here. Okay, we're going to be doing a live show. I'm going to end this stream because we're going to boot up the live show, and I'm going to have somebody else on that's doing the live stream.